It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome.
Morning, afternoon to you.
Afternoon to you.
Happy MLK Day. Wow. I
Yes,
guess
we
it's
are.
happy for some, Inauguration Day.
We're actually here at the White House celebrating the 47th President's inauguration.
Capitol.
They moved it. They moved it to the White House because it's so freaking cold outside. They had to move it indoors.
It's in the rotunda of the Capitol.
It's in the rotunda of the White House.
Capitol. Only 600 people in attendance versus 25,000 people in attendance.
They have the other 22,000 outside.
17 degrees. Isn't it nice to be here?
And some are out there like football jockeys with no shirts, nothing. Like polar bear.
It's pretty amazing. So what do you think about Biden pardoning? Biden pardoning everyone he pardoned at 7:30 this morning.
I gotta ask, because English is not my sexy language. Can you do that? Can you pardon somebody just in case?
Yes.
That's not even a thing.
It's like a blanket of protection, so
There's
no
no
one can
such
go
thing.
in and accuse them of charges.
No.
Yes, you've been pardoned before
No,
you've
I
done
don't-
anything wrong. Can you imagine
No, I don't believe that.
being excused of all of your sins before you commit them?
I can imagine
Actually,
it.
that's kind of like
Only the Pope.
that's
can
kind of
do
like a
that.
bris, actually. Isn't that true? She's
what?
like, she's shaking her head no, and she's
A
shaking her
bris?
head yes. Yes,
the
you're
hell
like
is that?
pardoned of all your sins when you come into the world and you start with a fresh slate.
No, man, that's painful. Cutting up that. that yin.
You're like pardoned ahead of time.
You can't compare that to being cut.
It's pardoning of your sins. It's releasing all of your sins of
Really?
past lives and coming into this world.
Can you have it done more than once?
But what I found interesting is that he pardoned Dr. Fauci.
He did because he was, and it's funny because Trump and Fauci were friends. He's the one that introduced them.
It's just amazing that he thought he had to do that, which means he did it for his protection and everything they
I don't
needed to
think
do.
so. I think he did it just to showboat. But that's okay. I never heard, Sally, I'm going to forgive you. I don't know what the hell you did wrong or what you're going to do wrong, but I'm going to forgive you anyway.
But can you imagine? Can you imagine being forgiven of everything you haven't done yet?
That makes
before you do it?
absolutely no sense.
Or you've done it, but you didn't think it was wrong, but somebody might say it's wrong, so I'm going to pardon you. It's kind of a cool thing.
It's like Brianna. You see Brianna? We have to forgive Brianna for everything she's done, is personally doing, and what she's going to do.
And what she might do in the future.
That's right.
That would be G-Man.
You need a three-way pardon.
Look at him.
And today's G-Man's birthday. G-Man, today's your birthday. Every day you're alive is your birthday.
He's still smiling.
How old are you, 15, 16? We are going to pardon you.
It's kind of interesting, right?
How old are you? So for the last 26 years, you are now pardoned. Now you can commit another 26 worth of sins.
Anyway, so a lot of people are excited. A lot of people aren't excited. A lot of people are just ambivalent to the whole situation. But schools are closed. It's MLK Day. There is a snowstorm in the Northeast. So a lot of things are happening. But it's an important day. We have a new president, a new administration. Whether you like it or not, we have one. And now it's time to move forward as a country in unity.
Breaking news, 3 hostages were released in Israel.
Isn't that amazing?
And I got to tell you, and don't scream at me, don't write to me, and don't yell at me. It's funny how the man comes in, and all of a sudden...
But they were released yesterday.
And all of a sudden... Yeah, but he's going to take the credit for it, because all of a sudden...
I don't know if he's going to take the credit for it. The
he's
Biden
already
administration
started.
took the credit for it.
It's all of them. But you know what? They released this thing and give peace a chance. What's his name? John Lennon?
Yeah.
Why don't we start doing some of that?
Amen.
And let's forget about this war nonsense, because that don't buy nobody nothing. And I will pardon everybody.
Pretty interesting.
Pardon you.
Well, welcome back to you.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
I kind of like this setup.
You like this?
I feel like I'm at the White House.
You know, we have to thank Ariel Levitt because she came in like a whirlwind. And I remember standing there and she said, Josh, what would you think if we did? And we did. And this is a pretty cool setup. Now we can talk to guests right here if we want to. It's kind of like having our own little audience over there.
Caveman is over there. Look
Right?
at this,
Instead of so
Brianna.
far away. So when
We got Leo head over there.
you already have her working reading scripts.
I do. We're in the movie making business. And I've never said that out loud. I've never said that out loud. Because now I got somebody to dump it on. Good luck to that.
We've got Sally joining us today, a host of Call Me Zena. We're going to see where she's been traveling to and what predictions she has going forward. We have a new friend joining us. We've got Rebecca, and she was a friend of Ariel's on Friday, and I was so intrigued by everything that she did. And she canceled her trip home yesterday.
She's not going back
stayed.
to New York, did she tell you?
Awesome.
She's decided to stay.
She's staying. I like it. You know, there's schools here that your son can go to.
Yes, many schools. Many. How old is your son? Oh, I know the perfect. And does he play sports? I know the perfect school.
Pick one.
Well, we'll talk off the air because I don't want everybody to know where your son is going.
So a lot of good stuff as we're kicking off the week. I got to go to an amazing event yesterday. It was the International Fine Wine Competition in Miami Beach. Brianna was there and G-Man was there.
Yeah, G-Man was wearing. Where's the hat?
He's looking
Go
good,
get
right?
it.
He sampled
Of
his
course. That is now your new motto. Motto?
motto. He
Motto?
sampled his way through the different drinks, through the different wines and different alcoholic beverages.
go
I
get your
brought
hat.
some in that you could continue the
Go
the
get your
test.
hat. Yes, I want to take a picture with your
I
hat.
think he's still sleeping.
What, are you sleeping when you just wake up?
Bro, he has no mic, bro. So
Well, get your hat because we're going to be taking pictures and we're going to be singing you happy birthday. I hear you're going to sing a song for us too.
okay, Josh went and got you all kinds of things for your birthday.
Yeah, you pick up the cake with the chicken. That cake, if you're going to eat it, you have to
It's
put
in
it
the
out.
freezer.
You got to put it in the
It
fridge.
says stay frozen until we talked about that. Remember what happened with military? Anyway, things to do. We've got a new crew. We've got new interns, part
New.
of the Amp Media Futures Foundation. Today they are interns. Tomorrow they will be producers. So enjoy the word intern for now, because they are in training and they don't realize how lucky they are that they came in today to be trained with the crew that we have, and that Josh is in studio and G-Man's in studio and some
Tomorrow
of the OGs.
is Martin Luther King's second day, so there's no school again.
No school again, but to be here today and get training with our best of the best, they're very fortunate
We
today.
can have
They don't
fun.
realize it, but you picked a good day to come in.
They will, little by little. Okay, so what are we doing next?
So I think we're going to take a commercial break. When we
Okay.
come back, we're going to talk to our guests and see what's happening. How do you like that?
Okay.
All right, more to come. Give us a call. Our phone lines are open and they are working.
Yes, they are working.
888-994-4995, Studio A. Let us know what you think of the inauguration, MLK Day, or just being in the middle of January. You never know what's going to pop up for you. But the universe always provides, is all I can tell you.
I got to go set up the phone line.
More to come. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage Amp Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact Amp Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the AMP Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, AMP Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Are you turning 65 this year or retiring and leaving employer coverage? It's your time to navigate the Medicare enrollment process. You have guaranteed issue in this time period. There is no medical underwriting. Everyone has unique needs within the standard steps of the enrollment process. The Marvelisms Medicare can walk you through the best options for your needs. For more information, call Claire Goyette at 561-703-7463 or absolutebestins.com/Claire-Goyette.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Blame the corrupt and all the people
just not enough time in the day.
It's a busy kind of day.
You heard what she called me?
I'm afraid.
What was it you called me? Mobs? No, she called me something.
What do they say? You can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner.
No, she called me something.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
I'm sure she did too. All right, where
I'm
we
sure she
going?
did. We're going to say hi to Sally. We're going to say hi to our new friend, Rebecca Elston, for joining
Say hi to
us.
Sally. Always say hi to Sally.
Well, thank you.
How are you, Sally?
Hi, Dawn.
What are you?
Hi,
Hello,
Sally.
Dawn. How are you
Indian?
doing today, Dawn?
How are you? What are you, Indian?
I'm good.
So, Sally, what do you think about what's happening with our change of administration and the disclosure?
Do you really? Oh, disclosure, I'll talk about. I don't know about
Disclosure.
politics. I feel that everything is going the way it should be, so that's a good idea.
Oh, it's good,
Say
because
that.
then it wouldn't
It's
work.
excellent. It's working. It's going to work. But I won't say, I always say Margaret Thatcher I vote for.
Margaret Thatcher is who you're hoping for will take over the U.S.?
Only she passed away in England quite a while back.
And she's back.
And she's back. We let Sally get back into her groove on Monday morning. She needs to sort of sit and have a
Thank
cup of
you.
coffee, relax,
I do appreciate that. Yeah.
get reacclimated to what
Sally
we do.
for president. Oh, that's a good
Sally
idea.
for president.
I saw this show on Friday with you and Jay. And it's ingenious the way you guys talked about, and then you did the flashback
With Ariel,
with
funny
Ariel,
that
and
was.
then you
Right.
came back to end the show.
Right, right.
I saw a different side of you.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen on the show 5 minutes before it starts, right?
No. But it's kind of like I don't. It'll be okay for me to do that. I know that because I've done my show for so long. Right?
Well, the In and Out was really fantastic. I thought that the Impulso Latino show was amazing. And I thought that the midday show, wasn't even going to show up today.
I know. You kept saying, do you want me to come in?
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, you know, the new interns, because they're still interns today, we would have not had the pleasure of meeting you if you didn't show up today. So thanks for coming in.
Well, that's why I came, because I invited like 200 of them.
I see that. We played
The
the
rain
odds.
was the problem.
No, I think we're doing really well, actually. I like this new group that we've got for this semester.
Okay.
A lot of girl power.
Yeah.
Caveman, you up for this?
Yes.
You know, you're outnumbered now, 10 to 1.
He's good. Josh is here, and you've got Enrique Suave here. I think Lucas is here, too.
He is.
So we got Licorice in the house. So a lot of cool stuff.
Licorice like slithers in. I never seen
He
it.
slid
I
on
never
in.
know when he comes and when he leaves.
Me neither.
But I want you to meet our new guest. We've got Rebecca Elston joining us.
Rebecca.
And Rebecca was a guest of Ariel Levitt's on Friday on her show, The Connector. And I'm not even sure how they met, how she came to be. They popped into Studio B, did their interview, and left. But I was very intrigued by everything she talked about healing, about vision, about just being on a different plane. During the day, she does real estate, but on the other side of life, on the spiritual side of life,
My passion,
her passion is what?
wellness, healing, spirituality, life, celebrating life.
Do you use that when you're doing your real estate gig?
Of course.
How?
I can't do it without it. I bring myself. It's my attitude.
So when you meet clients, you know right away if they're at that same level, below?
No one needs to be
energy-
on the same level.
Energy levels make a difference to you?
You just need to bring yourself. Not everyone's going to be on the same level.
Gotcha. And you sell in New York City?
New York City and Miami. Florida,
And
too.
Miami.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Land.
Hi, how are you?
Rebecca, can I ask you a question?
Of
You don't have a
course.
mic,
I do not have a mic.
You got to get a mic.
so come grab one of these mics and
I
then
don't want to walk in front of anyone's shot.
just come on, walk in front of the shot. Here, Freddie will pass it over to you. Or go that way. Wait, come this way. I'll give you a handheld.
Oh, okay.
Here.
This
Here,
one?
take these with you. Come over here. If I got-
More shots?
come
Come.
over here.
All right.
Here.
Anyway, while she's asking you, G-Man,
Here. Here, give this to some of the ladies. over there.
This one.
Yes, sir. Give this to that lady. Yo, can you help me? Can you help me here? Help me.
he's like, Frank says he likes your hat. Happy birthday, Frank, by the way.
Happy birthday, Frank. I wasn't here Friday, but you know my thoughts are always with you.
All
Hey,
right.
that's your question.
Rebecca, my question is, how would you say is the best way to deal with people who are on a different level than you? Whether it's spiritually or, like, how do
Well,
you
that's a good
manage
question.
your energy and their energy without, like, getting it intertwined?
That's a very good question. The answer is not no judgment. which is very hard to get to because, like, naturally, I feel like we always judge. We judge the weather. We judge everything around. We judge
Rebecca,
every
look
other...
at your camera and talk to the people here.
Okay, so we judge everything we see, everything we hear. And I feel like just accepting everything as it is, everyone as they are.
So no judgment.
No judgment.
Because the blind can see. That's an old saying.
See.
Right? And it depends on how you interpret their vision.
Right. But it's a lot of work.
Have you always been spiritual?
No, not at all. I feel like I've always been, actually. I feel like I was born with this, like, I remember myself as a child, but I feel like I went through at least 25 years very disconnected. And in the last few years, through really going deep inside and doing a lot of healing from my own trauma, my own childhood, it's been really connected me to home, which I feel like I've always been, but I was also disconnected.
So home is inside of you, or home is a physical place?
Inside of me.
So you found peace.
I found peace. Freedom, which the whole world is looking for today. But it's bullshit. There is no freedom outside. It's inside.
So the bottom line here is that no matter what challenges life throws at you, you will always remain in that good place.
I'll sit with it today that I understand how to work with it. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be painful. Triggers come all the time. I don't think you just overcome it and it's like, that's it, I got it. I think while we're here, there'll always be triggers and always everything we have to learn from.
You know, that's interesting.
It's funny because we had this conversation Friday because Rebecca's from Israel. We talked about being Jewish or any religion versus spirituality. And she asked me the same type of question that I just asked her. Growing up in a traditional Jewish household, or you grew up in whatever religious household, it was religion as it was defined as tradition, services, the rabbi, the cantor, the traditions of Judaism. It was never talked about as spirituality from within. It was, this is the Bible, these are the stories, this is what we do on Friday night, this is Shabbat. And the more I've worked within our studio and what we do, my spirituality, not that it's overtaken my Judaism, but I understand more of who I am spiritually, and that combines with my Judaism, which is what we talked about. So she had asked me the same question, and I guess it could be asked of any religion, that I think we're more of a spiritual being than a religious being internally.
Well, I was just going to say, it's an interesting perspective because a lot of the young kids nowadays, it isn't about religion. You know, it's about spiritual growth and understanding. And, you know, they have their own vocabulary, whatever they call it, which is the part I like because I learn a new language.
That's great.
You know, there's the love language and all these things that they throw at me. But back in the day, I was taught you better love yourself first. Nothing happens until that happens.
But today everyone needs to learn that. That's the hardest thing to do today.
That's right. So they gave me a mirror. I grew up looking in the mirror. So I think there was
today
a song.
no one wants to look in the mirror.
Well,
you're right. Today no one wants to look in the mirror. And why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Because when you look in the mirror, you see who you really are, and most people don't like who they are. They show one thing outside, but when they look in the mirror, they know who they are.
I think people look in the mirror and they fix their hair, you do your makeup, you shave, but you're not
really
looking
in the
right,
mirror.
but they're not
look
really
in your eyes.
looking.
What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
Remember that?
Sure. One of the reasons I asked Dawn if we could hang that mirror in Studio A, I always send the producers to go look in the mirror and tell me what you see. Well, you know, my hair is not right, and that's not what I'm looking for, but it's their answer of perception.
And then go deeper. What do you see? What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't want to do that because I'll scare them.
Yeah.
But
you will. They'll never come back.
But the object of the game here is that the harder they look at themselves and understand themselves, the more they'll get ahead in life because they understand what they can.
They'll get ahead, but in order to get there, you really have to go with it. And I understand why there's so much addictions and so much. So I understand addictions. It's a hard world today if you don't go in.
Do you help people find their inner self Because I know you do real estate, but there's more to you. Do you work on this side of the spiritual world as well?
So far in the last few years, I mean that I got really into it. I've been doing, you know, just natural with friends. Whether I just, like I said, I bring myself, whether it's with clients and my friends and just people I meet. So yes, but not as a job. Maybe one day, but there's nothing that I like more than seeing someone shining their own light. It's not like when people see, you know, someone that's spiritually connected and like you could say free, like they're walking around kind of free, like what do you have? Some people that have it all, but they're missing this. I'm like, you can't get there without like going in, and it's you have to walk that path alone.
Do you think if you feel good about yourself, better things happen?
Of course. Everything happens. It's karma.
You believe that's
everything.
If you feel good about yourself, yeah,
Better
because then
things
you
happen?
portray that to other people because it's a positive attitude and people can pick up on that. That's what I found. Even if you don't, even not aware of doing it, it comes from within, which goes to other people.
So Brianna, if you walk up and you have 4 flat tires, it's still a good day.
I mean, I believe in the universe. I believe that things happen for a reason. So maybe I was going somewhere that I didn't have to actually go. You know, the people that they say, oh, I got a flat tire and I was going to a place that got robbed, or there was a crash where I was going to be driving. So maybe I didn't have to go.
What if you have 4 flat tires?
Well, I don't.
But how would you feel?
I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Can I share something after this?
Uh-huh.
I had about 4 flat tires in the last few months, and it's just funny that you're asking about that. And every time it happened, it was so weird, so not expected, and I had to sit with it. I'm like, why? Why? And I sat with it, sometimes for days to understand why. And it's just funny that you're talking about the flat tire. One day I had a flight to California, and I have Pilates. I said I was arranging everything, like 6 a.m. I'll be at Pilates, I'll go straight there from the airport. Boom, I'm leaving at 5-something in the morning, I have a flat tire.
Well, sometimes life will tell you things that it wants you to listen to, and you don't pay attention. So 4 flats is better than 1 flat.
It wasn't the same time. It was just in that month.
It's repetitive.
Yeah, but I feel like I also understood why.
So maybe you must have figured something out, right?
I did.
Did you figure out what the message was?
I did figure it out. I figured out that, like, first of all, we don't have control on anything. So I thought here on this, like, everything. I'm not going to miss my Pilates, 6 in the morning. Everything was arranged. I'll go straight to the airport. Like, sometimes you just, even though I'm doing all the spiritual work, even I'm, like, really feeling everything is fine, I'm doing my best in life with people, sometimes
G-Man,
I'm
you
just
got a mic?
meant to sit with it.
G-Man, you got a mic?
Yeah, he's got Z4.
Grab that mic, Z4. You see it?
Z3.
Oh, there's a handheld over here.
No, I need him there because he's the birthday boy. The reason I want you to grab a mic is because as you do another,
Bless you.
Thank you.
as you do another trip around the sun, there's a saying that you learn something every trip around the sun.
Yeah.
So my grandmother used to say, get closer to the mirror. It's really funny that you bring up the mirror thing. And I used to say, when you get closer to the mirror, what do you want me on top of the mirror? And she says, when you understand what that means, you'll understand life. So she wasn't telling me to get closer to the mirror. She was telling me to get closer
To yourself.
the mirror. That's right.
Wow.
So I was raised on that. So I was an altar boy for a lot of years. And the reason I became an altar boy is because I had questions. And none of the priests would answer them. Because I was a kid, 8, 9, 10, 11. They wouldn't answer that to a kid. So I used to say to them, at what age will you give me an answer? So it's funny because it's like if you're not 18, you're not allowed to be an adult. But at 18 minus 1 day, I'm still a child. And that doesn't make any sense to me. It never has. So I guess my grandparents and my parents were teaching me about myself so that I could understand it. And you know, you meet people as you go along, you learn about this whole thing with the mirror. And
We're all mirrors also. And that's what people don't understand. That's why your relationships are going to trigger you and your friends. Everyone's coming to trigger because everyone's mirrors, so they're showing a part of you.
that's right.
We are all mirrors.
That's right. And the funny thing is that the worst perception we have is of ourselves. You ever do a
Right.
song or stop playing, or you do an art piece and stop drawing, or you do something, you stop singing because you're critical of yourself. And that's when you need the bigger mirror. Oh, excuse me. You're here.
Always. You want to talk to G-Man about his another trip around the world?
Another trip around the world. G, have you feel like you learned something in the last year of that you just passed?
Yes, I feel like every day I'm learning something. So.
But you've had some year.
Yeah, it was wild. I'm not gonna lie, but we're still alive. So we gotta always look at the brighter side.
So do you feel good about where you're at?
I do. I just feel like sometimes you get pulled backwards, but you just gotta keep running forward, you know? I don't like to be pulled backwards, but it's gonna happen because you gotta grow, I guess.
It's funny because in life, it's all about being pulled in different directions and the direction you want to head. But that's what makes life so interesting.
Don't you ever feel like the universe has put you where you need to be?
Never.
With who you need to be with?
Never.
Who needs to show up on what days?
Never.
She's shaking her head, yes.
No.
Freddie.
Never. You know, it's funny.
Can't see that?
I used to think that, and then I came to the realization that where I'm at is where it has to be. So
Well,
what
that
I
means
do
they're
with
putting
it-
you in. You're putting yourself in the right place. If you're meant
Well,
to be there,
Somebody is.
you are. Well,
somebody
I mean,
is.
somebody, yes.
Somebody,
But you're in
something.
the right place at the right time.
But you ever wonder if what the bigger picture is? Like here we all are just individuals, but there's a reason we're all here today on this day. There's a reason we've changed sets, not just the physical set, but actually the energy and shifted all of what we're doing. It's too big to ask as to why, because that's only they know why.
You're not questioning the why anymore. This is new.
Well, I question it, but I know I
This
can't
is
ask
new.
it. But you know there's got to be a greater reason as to the reason behind all of this today. Whatever that reason is, I don't know.
But it's not
But
for
I guess,
you to answer.
But I guess we shall
She
find
comes
out what it
along,
is, what the
and
reason
she comes
is.
along, and she comes along, and she comes along. Not her, because she's always here. And they're here. And
But
the
I'm
answer-
always here for a
Sally's
reason.
like our
But that's right.
anchor.
But you're part of the reason that the answers come.
That's right.
You ever been in a situation you say, my God, what am I going to do? Like I was asking about this movie thing that's been haunting me for weeks. Along comes a spider, and all of a sudden, you have somebody who understands that verbiage.
And we look at him. You saw Josh looked at him and just rolled his eyes. Like these things, these projects that he takes on, but now,
Wow.
right?
How you doing? How's that
I'm
tea?
fascinated. The tea is great.
You're fascinated. It's almost like truth serum that you put in people's drinks.
Excuse
I
me
don't know
while
what
I
you put.
succeed. I love what
She loves the
I figured
love.
you would like that.
I like that.
Have you ever gone to the movies? You been to the movies? Everybody here at least been to one movie? I say that because in here sometimes nobody goes to the movies. One movie. You ever been to one movie
One movie.
that you liked? Yes? At least one?
Yes.
So you're sitting there, right, and you got your mojo going, you got your drink, whatever it is you're doing, and pop up, and you're in the movie. That's you on the screen, and the place is packed. Do you know what that feels like?
They're applauding for you in there.
But do you guys know what that feels like?
It's like when I walked in the lobby and saw a commercial and we were 55 inches. That was like crazy.
Well, no, I'm talking about a movie theater.
No.
Well, that's my goal for this year.
See it on this big screen?
I want to do a movie.
Okay.
Why not? Because the more you think you can't, the more I want to do it.
Put the image there in your mind and walk
Yeah.
around as if it's already happened.
Manifest
and guess
it.
what? It will
I
happen.
see it. Sam.
That's perfect.
So it
Freddie.
happened.
That's
I
how
see
you
it.
bring
I'm
it
catching
to you.
up. It happened.
It happened.
As long as you even
She
feel like you're
understands
already
the
going,
language.
I get it.
going.
You
That's
need
all
to
have do.
understand.
That is me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
that-
understand. You trust you,
He
me.
does. He does.
I more than understand. The problem is that sometimes you get tired of pulling people. Come on, you can do this. You can see it. It's there. It's already happened.
There.
There you go. That's what I was just saying.
Now, tell me about ayahuasca.
Oh my God. What do you want to hear?
What is it?
What is that?
It's a pretty intense psychedelic,
Okay.
which takes you out of your.
What?
It takes you to where I've been.
It takes you
Whoa, whoa,
in
whoa.
in a quick shot.
Wait
to
a minute.
where
What
she's
is
been.
that? Is that a plant to see?
It is. It's two
Josh?
plants. It is a tea. It's a tea.
Josh,
It's
is
two
this something that
plants.
you drink?
It's Aaron Rodgers' thing.
Oh, I know what this is. Oh, I got to go into the darkness. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to go to the darkness. It's
So
pretty
you
dark.
drank it, took it, whatever you do with this.
I
Did it change your perception? Was it just a momentary, or did it alter your
I
perception
changed
forward?
a lot.
You
from
drank it more than once?
Yeah, I did it quite a nice number of times.
Oh, so tell me, what is it like? What does it feel like? And then when you come out of it, does it change your perception of what you want to do or who you are?
There's a lot of changes. I say it's like a Bible to your soul. So there's a lot of things that we suppress, and our body keeps the score. So it's memories you don't even remember.
So this is the magic mushrooms, right?
It's the grandmother of the magic mushrooms.
The grandmother?
Yeah.
There's a grandmother?
There's a grandmother.
You know this? You know about this stuff? I don't. You guys know about this stuff? Yeah, of course you do. Your parents what? Your parents who where?
Sally, you know about ayahuasca?
I know a lot about ayahuasca because Alda was from Peru.
Yeah, you.
But the thing is,
big in
everybody
Peru.
thought with my travels which we were discussing,
You drank
they
this
all
tea?
asked. No, I didn't. But they asked me if I had been taking ayahuasca. I did it. I was able to do it.
G-Man,
without doing
where
that.
you going?
And that's how I got so much information,
G-Man, where
which
you
you
going?
can get in a quick way from taking ayahuasca.
So you never took it? You never took it?
No, I never take it.
Have you taken it, Brianna?
No. All right, so Rebecca, you have.
Caveman, you taking it?
Yeah.
And what is it? You smoke it? You drink it?
So you drink it. It's a process of around 7-8 hours. You take it with a shaman. You definitely should take it somewhere. Really
How
was
much
gonna
of it
say
do you
to
drink?
tell people definitely to be sure
Oh,
that
very
they're-
G-Man, you
safe.
drank
Don't just do it with everyone. Get really good recommendations. It's a very
Absolutely.
intense, very,
How
very
much?
intense medicine. It depends. Usually it's like a 3 cups. They start with 1 cup. It depends.
And you hallucinate? What does it have? Acid in it?
It's not acid. It's natural plants. It's DMT. It's 2 plants. I forgot exactly which ones. It's pretty natural. It comes from Peru and South America and all these places. And these they have it there for over, like for hundreds of years. They raise their little kids with it.
What? Really?
It comes from, it's a medicine. It's just coming lately in the last few years to the U.S. and people are hearing
Do
about
they
it.
sell
and
it
rushing.
legally?
It's
a
not really
plant, though,
legal
so-
here, but
Not really legal? It's sort of fake legal?
But you did it with.
Freddie, please make a disclaimer because people
Yes,
that
we
are
don't
listening,
endorse this. We
you-
don't sell it. We don't even recommend
please,
it.
and they
But I'm
should never do
fascinated.
it without
Yeah.
Don't
But you
do
did it with the
Yeah, it
shaman.
needs
You
to
did
be-
it under supervision.
Oh,
Absolutely.
very
Yeah, don't do
strict.
it under
People
the
that have
care of a
years
physician.
People that have years of experience, and you don't do it by yourself. It's something you do with a group, with a good shaman. This is not
So
something
it
to take
releases.
lightly.
See, I think there's a lot of stuff and things we carry around in life that we know we carry. We know we carry it around, but if you say it, it might offend somebody, or it may not.
Why is it
really
gonna
be,
offend
be
somebody?
conducive to what you want to do? Because if you release some of this stuff, who's it going to help? So we walk with the
Helps
stuff
you.
that we know,
Baggage.
and then we walk with things I guess we don't know, the things that we've suppressed.
But they got medical marijuana now. They got all sorts
But
of
it's different.
stuff.
You walk around with traumas that you know,
No, I don't know that.
baggage.
He doesn't have any trauma.
You don't have any baggage.
I've changed them. I got
I got so much
I got
baggage.
forgiven.
I could go to Paris,
Pardon,
France,
you were
Egypt,
pardoned.
I could go
I was
everywhere.
pardoned.
I got so much baggage that I know, but imagine all the baggage you don't know. So does this help release it?
So it helps. People with major addictions that tried everything,
Oh.
people that
That's
have
interesting.
changed their whole life.
But
real, real addicts.
does it make you high or does it make you spiritual?
So it doesn't make you high, but the thing is with ayahuasca is it could show you, and it's not like a one night change. Some people they change overnight, but really it's the work after. It's like everything is very clear. Call it the messages, but then you have to do the work. So even though I've done it a nice number of times in the last few years, I could say I had to work really, really, really hard on myself in the last few years with the medicine, which means processing. So if you're not in a place that you're ready,
then you don't do
you
it.
should never do ayahuasca.
Okay.
This is someone that's ready to face their darker sides of their self.
You ready
So
to
this
face
is,
your
this
darker
is not this is not a drug to get high. It's the most intense psychedelic. And
Now I
this-
know what you're talking about. Aaron Rodgers, the Jet quarterback, he does this. And then he
Jefferson.
disappears for like 3 months.
It could be similar to LSD, but I think it's stronger.
It's very strong.
So the messages that you received and the things you needed or you've been working through, did you know you had these traumas?
Yeah, it all makes sense.
It makes sense.
Just maybe I did not. Maybe it's like. It's a lot of memories that before we even remember.
Right.
It could be like 2 years old, 1 year old. Obviously, we don't have memory. I mean, I don't have memory from those ages, but the body brings it up, so it all made sense. But the idea of the body bringing it up again is really feeling it again, because in healing they say you just need to feel it to heal it. So sometimes we just need to get in touch, but everyone's walking around so scared of getting in touch with feelings. So suppressing, and whether using alcohol, drugs, that at least has a name. But social media, news, being with people all the time, we can't just be alone. We can't be bored. We can't sit like in Shavasana. In yoga, the hardest pose is known as Shavasana, when you just do nothing.
So you got all of this trauma lifted. You must feel like $1 million.
I do.
It
I kinda
also,
like that.
which I'm going to ask you too, it takes you back before you were born. You go right back into spirituality.
I was in the room.
You mean,
for
yeah,
one of my ceremonies. I was in the room. The most painful, my mom's room. Very painful
There you go.
experience.
It can go back.
Who
so
did
much
you-
a lot of what I talk about, people that have taken ayahuasca have more of an understanding. I got
Previous
it without
life,
doing that for
generational.
some reason. But
Who did you do it with?
I've done it. With an amazing group in California.
A group, okay.
They started in Santa Cruz. They've had a whole retreat center in Portugal. They do it for over 20 years. They're
Can you
called Alun.
hallucinate on this thing?
What?
Hallucinate?
Yes.
that's what you're doing.
Yes.
You do hallucinate.
It's like showing
Completely.
you your unconscious memories. Like it's
That's right.
you're hallucinating. Like it's
Completely.
putting you like she imagined herself in the womb.
Yeah.
For example.
I felt I was there.
Wow, it seems
That's
like
why
you're
it's
very
so important.
knowledgeable.
I'm listening to.
You
I'm
could
learning with
see-
you.
Yeah, you could see also it's known to be so intense that when you do that, you could also heal generational trauma. So you could see your ancestors' stories
Wow.
and yeah.
it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. Make it very clear.
It's not for a lot of people.
It's not for a lot of
It's not for the
people.
majority of people.
I got to tell
actually.
you, I was talking to the crew on Thursday about a story that I had with my brother, and somehow we smoked something that had LSD in it, I guess. And I was inside a fish tank, and I was having conversations with a goldfish.
Wow.
That'd be a good segment.
That's
I'm
interesting.
gonna tell you what happened after that. All hell broke loose. But maybe
That could be the title of your book,
goldfish.
like
talk?
Conversations with the Goldfish.
The fish broke out of the bowl.
Wouldn't that be a good title of his book?
You see, this is why we don't talk, because they make fun of you.
I'm not. I think it would be
Da, 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 da.
amazing. It would be
Stay
the
over there.
insights to everything in your
I'm
mind.
talking to Rebecca, because she understands
I
you.
get it. I get it. I was
get
in
it.
the room. The goldfish. It's the same
That's
thing.
right. And this goldfish was so it was talking to me about certain things in my life.
Okay.
And then I had a panic attack. Then all hell broke loose after that. Forget about it. I ran all over
What
the
did
city.
he tell you?
I'm not going to say it on the air.
Okay.
But it's funny because I always tell you, what trauma? What are you talking? I think that was the moment. And this happened
The moment that you released the trauma?
the moment that I faced it. And then after
Wow.
that, it took 3 days to overcome whatever the hell I was going through. And it left as fast as it came. And my brother was scared. He says, "Oh, mom and dad is gonna know." And he says, "Oh, please, stay in school. Don't ever do this again." And I never did. I never did anything again. None of it. Because I guess it stimulates something in my body. I can't do medical marijuana. I can't do any of that stuff. I've never done harsh drugs. No. But now that you talk about this hallucinogenic, it actually reveals something, and it had to do with a goldfish. Now, I've never said this on air. Never. But I must have been tripping. Because the fish was talking back.
Conversations with the Goldfish.
And it was talking about how to breathe underwater.
Wow.
That was the conversation. But anyway, I think I've
Interesting.
lost my mind today.
Wow. All right, should we take
Well,
a
that
commercial
explains a
break
lot.
on that?
Thank you. Yes, let's do
More to
that.
come. Let's take a quick commercial break. Let us know your thoughts.
Don't be
888.
laughing.
I'm not laughing
No,
at
you're
all.
laughing at me.
No.
Josh, shut up.
I'm not laughing at all.
Because I'll tell your stories on the air.
More to come. We'll be right back. He's hilarious. Yo. Amp Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Amp Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah
Open your heart.
Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies Station. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
Teach by example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like
Yeah.
their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be a first class champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
That's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You're all tangled. Your XLR tangled. So everyone who's watching and laughing, thank you very much for tuning in. Frank, thank you. Eminem Marcel is saying the fish is talking back. He's laughing. They're loving your stories, Freddie, so you should keep engaging everyone in your stories. Good. Hello to Steve. Hello to Frank. Hello to everyone that's watching. So I guess people are home watching TV and tuning into us at the same time. I know, I'll keep talking while you're chewing, which is all good. So we're going to talk to our good friend Sally and see what she's got going on. No, I think
it's
you're
because
good.
I couldn't find, because Dawn's wiring.
Ever notice it's my fault and I haven't moved?
No, but I know the truth.
Dawn's wiring. I can't find wires. You got me in entanglement. Entanglement? I got wires everywhere. I couldn't. How you doing, Frank?
So.
Yes, the goldfish. And I know, Rebecca, I know.
You know.
Everybody in here has a goldfish story. Oh, yeah. But they won't say it.
You're the only one here with the guts.
I was the only brave dummy.
What do you mean everyone has a goldfish story? You have a goldfish story?
Like a story where I got high and spoke to a goldfish?
Well, yeah, what do you mean?
Like, there's something that happened in your life that may have given you insight to your direction.
Yes.
Now, do you care to
We have to
share
get
that?
she can. We got to give her a mic, though. Oh, see, she's learned already.
You see, but the point is, you don't have to. You want to? Sure. All right, let's hear it.
Ooh.
But I didn't do it.
Every person in jail says the same
I
thing.
lived
I didn't
vicariously through my parents who did it.
Wow.
They're also they're Israeli too.
Really?
Yeah, and they went on this like retreat in Homestead, and did it with these group of people, and then they were all Jewish.
What's
and so
psychedelic?
I don't know. I was like 13 at the time, so like I had no idea what was going on. I thought my parents were just on drugs. I mean they were, but whatever.
Your parents went to Burning Man?
What?
Love Burn. No, she said they were all Jewish.
Homestead.
Oh, Homestead.
Yeah, there was like a retreat there that they did it with.
And you were there?
Yeah, because, okay, first of all, that's not the kind of thing you bring kids to.
Right.
But they were like, oh, we're doing a Shabbat here. Like, let's have all the kids come, right? So I show up. I have no idea what's going on. Everyone, my dad, everyone was just like being really lovey-dovey, and it was really creeping me out. Everyone was sleeping on mattresses on the floor, and the rabbi was like a hippie. I don't know. I had a weird experience.
That's the 60s.
Well, it was 3 years ago, something like that.
But you had an experience.
Yeah, just by like living vicariously through them.
That's really it's a thing.
Yeah, like I mean, my parents would tell me like the thing you were saying about how people would tap into like those memories they didn't remember. Like my parents would tell me about those all the time and tell me like I was very aware of what was going on because they would. No boundaries. They would tell me everything, all their stories and things like that, and it definitely made me curious, but I didn't have such an amazing experience of it because someone I know abused it and had a midlife crisis and thought they were God. But
that's why you got to be really careful.
Yeah, like when you said it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone and not everywhere.
Yeah.
But did you experience something for yourself? I know that you see everything around you, but what about yourself?
For myself, like
mine was the goldfish. Frank, shut up. I hear you
What's
laughing.
my goldfish? What is my goldfish?
What is your goldfish? Huh?
Good segment, see that? What is your
I can make
goldfish?
so many T-shirts.
You could. You're like a marketing guru.
You're like a T-shirt factory. What is your goldfish?
What is my goldfish? I have it, but it's dark, so we're not going to talk about it on air.
Okay,
that's fair. We could only get to the light through the darkness.
No, but she doesn't have to do it on the air.
You don't have to share it.
Not on the air, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of people have these moments, and sometimes to share it, it ain't easy, especially not on radio and TV.
Right.
It's even not easier. But you had a moment. That's the question is if you have one, you have it. You had a moment, goldfish moment.
I've never done psychedelics, so not.
You just
in
have
that way.
moments.
Like a life-changing, like a moment where I started to see things differently, I guess.
Or had some insight. It doesn't have to be through a psychedelic. If you had some insight.
Yeah, could be anything. Could be waking
Your
up in the morning.
intuition, anything in the world that you've seen that.
I've had some low points that I'd also not like to say on air, but coming out of those low points are probably when I've had the most evolution within myself.
So you found a moment. Okay, that's important. You have a mic? Go get a mic so we can find out.
There was another one floating around here. There too.
I know we have 6 mics. Did you ever have a point in your life that changed you?
Not really.
Not yet?
Not really. For a goldfish moment, maybe like one time I had COVID in like 2020, and I had this giant beanbag I got for Christmas, and there was a box in my living room, and I was like yelling at the box. I was like, guys, why are you leaving me out? Because I thought my friends were in there. And I just like for like an hour, I was just like, guys, like let me in. Like, why are you leaving me out?
Wait a minute.
Friends were in the box.
Were you drinking?
No, I had COVID. I was sick.
Oh, you had
You're
COVID and you
hallucinating
were
with the
hallucinating with COVID?
Yes.
For an hour?
Yes.
Talking in the box from her beanbag chair.
Well, how you doing?
And my parents didn't come and get me or anything.
So you were fever delirious, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I guess it takes all kinds to build a village. I'm afraid to ask him.
Hey, G-Man? If he had a goldfish moment, he lives in a goldfish moment
Every
every
day.
day. He has a goldfish
He
moment.
has a lot of goldfish.
I have go figure moments, not go fish.
Oh, go figure, okay.
So throughout my go figure moments, that's every day.
Okay. And you?
Yes.
You had a go fish moment?
I had a awakening moment, yes. A few.
Can we call it go fish or
You can
awakening?
call it anything you want to,
Can
but
you
it was
share it or
a
no?
non-psychedelic moment. But it was a moment that I look back on my life and I realized the things I needed to change for me, and not for anybody else.
Can I just say, well,
What
yeah,
about
I did
you?
have, I had many moments, but just to let the viewers know that you don't have to take psychiatric drugs.
In your world, that's psychiatric.
Yeah, well, but I did this naturally, and over the years I kept having the same experiences, which I also mentioned, when I was astral projecting. Or many people ask me, what drugs were you taking? And when I've done workshops, they say, what are you on? When I show my artwork, I did it completely naturally.
You did it sober, not natural, sober.
Yeah, well, without taking any drugs.
Well,
so, if anybody's in the audience listening, that you can do that. But if you do take anything, please see it under
Well, it's
supervision.
just like they call drinking liquid courage.
Right.
It doesn't.
Well, it affects
just lowers
everybody
the
differently.
boundaries of
Some
not
people
being
might
yourself.
go to sleep with a drink. Somebody else wakes up.
Well, and again, it lowers the boundaries of you being yourself. But as you can tell, Rebecca, everybody has that moment.
Everybody.
And the object of the game is, do you learn from that moment?
That's
So
up
the
to
more,
you.
The more the psychedelic reveals you, the more you have to take in and say, okay, these are the things that I either have to work on.
Many people don't. They
Just keep going?
First of all, you don't have to do psychedelics
Right.
to
you
get
know.
an awakening. You could meditate and get insights. But the question is what you do with insights. And you could do yoga. And it's very easy. It's very hard to face your shadow sides, which is called shadow work, the things we don't want to see. Because we have to make changes. We have to have ego death. We have to let things die in order to have new things come up.
And how do you let that go and all these inner burdens or inner traumas that we have? And then you have a family, right? You have a spouse, a significant other, you've got children. All of releasing that within yourself is bound to affect those relationships one way or
It's
another.
going to affect everything.
So how do you deal with that?
So, first of all, it's small changes inside yourself. It's the way you show up. It's not like one day, but you're going to change. And many people ask me this question, especially married people, like, I don't know, maybe, who knows what I'm gonna change my relationship. I'm like, listen, you're going to face yourself. And whatever you are is like you're meant to be yourself, and hopefully it'll be for the good. And it'll just be good for your relationship and a better relationship. My relationship with my ex is amazing, and the whole process of my divorce went amazing because I've done this. I was able to understand my ego and me and the pain. My relationship with my son is amazing, so much better. My relationship with my parents, my relationship with friends, my relationship with the world. But I will say that I do hard work. So you have to work. It's not like I take the medicine. You have to work with it. It's the most painful moments to like release. to work with your ego. To what?
Well, we talked about that being uncomfortable today, right?
Being uncomfortable.
That's the right way of doing
Yes.
it. Because if you're comfortable, it means you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable, you're doing it right because you're learning something from it.
It's being okay being uncomfortable.
It is. It's amazing that you can learn from it. It's amazing what you do with it. And then there's the other side of it, where what you learn every day teaches you the same lesson or a better lesson differently. So you may get 4 flats in a month because you're learning.
You're learning.
And the message comes to you in different.
It's how you perceive it.
It's how
you
you
can have the
receive
same
it.
thing happen to you over and over again. If you don't change your perception, it's not going to change.
gonna
Once you've
change.
changed your perception, you're going to see it differently.
Once you accept it, if not, like, people don't understand why they have things happen to them again and again, because God brings it for a reason. Call it God, call it the higher power. Until you accept it, accept when you need to see the message. If not, it's going to come. Every relationship, I'm going to get divorced, a different relationship. It's going to happen again and again and again.
You have to change yourself.
You have to change yourself. You have to understand. And the second you understand and you process it, it's never going to come again.
Look how calm she is about it.
Well, you're never the same. You're never the same
I'm
person.
saying it because I went through it. I sat with it in the most painful, uncomfortable. Like, I didn't run. I decided about 4 years ago that I'm doing the work. So I'm calm because I went through the real dark side that some people.
Some
in
people
this
can't
life
get on the other side of the dark
cannot get. Right.
I think no matter what
Right.
your form of healing is, whether it's ayahuasca, therapy, those are the two that come to mind. What other forms of healing there are, I don't know. But like, if you're an addict stopping a substance, I think the hardest part of that is confronting yourself, is listening to your demons, like you said, confronting your own dark, sitting with it.
I sat with the demons. But you're all but alone in the desert. No one could be there with you. People that when ready to cross that bridge could guide you. People that love you could help you, but you are there alone. So that's hard. It's painful.
Sally, ever had that goldfish moment?
Many times, as you know. I even air it right on the air. Yes. Yeah, I changed when I first had my first experience of what many of the things that have happened to me in the past. I knew I had changed completely. I mean, from one day to the next, I had a drastic change. Drastic.
And now look.
And yeah, 20 years later, it's been a journey.
Isn't it funny? We sit and we look. This is a cool perspective because I sit and look at two messengers of two totally different messages, but yet they sit there together.
But how many times has this happened in the cafe when I've sat next to somebody, and the parallels are amazing. And it's not just me; other people here too.
Well, maybe they're sending you the same messages to different ways.
Me?
Maybe. You brought Rebecca in.
I know.
Maybe. And Sally you brought in. I don't know why.
Gee, thank you.
I
I'm
always
so
do Sally.
complimentary
Sally's
to
like
you,
my
Freddie.
second mom. That's why
second
people.
mom, yeah.
She is. We gotta take care of Sally.
Well, sometimes
Thank you.
Sometimes it isn't about taking care of Sally. It's trying to understand what she's trying to understand. This is why on her show, I asked her to give me a picture and for her to give me her understanding of it.
But this whole change of setup and energy feels so different. Sitting here trying to wrap my head around how it feels differently. But it doesn't
when
feel
you do
different
that,
to you.
it seems a lot lighter.
A different perspective.
That's because Rebecca's in the house.
And I think Rebecca is definitely here
That's what it
as a messenger, and you may know that, and you may know what messages you're here to share, or you may not. But
I don't know. Like, I just know that I'm me, and I know that there's no coincidence, and we're all meant to be wherever we are with whatever people. I never know why I'm in certain places. I never know why exactly I have a flat tire, but I'm meant to sit with the uncomfortable. Everyone's meant to hear something from someone. That's how I live my life today.
But I love your message of doing the work, and sometimes you have to get into that, not that anyone wants to be in that dark space.
There is that sometimes, it's only that way.
But and like the phoenix rises out of the ashes. You have to get so uncomfortable with whatever situation you are in life, whether it's a relationship or whether it's with yourself, or until you say, I can't live like this anymore, I need to change.
That's what
and
happened
come
to
out
me.
of that, however you come out of that. And that's when I think the growth comes, is when you
and it's
realize.
very painful.
It is. And all of a sudden you've got this vision of, this is how I've been living my life for up into this point. I can't believe I've lived like this. It's time to change. How many people come in here and say they were broken, or they got to that dark space, or they can't believe how bad it got for them to believe in themselves, to rise up out of the ashes, to be that phoenix,
It's
to
like
change.
you reach your rock bottom, as they say.
Yeah.
Rock
And
bottom,
you have
rock
to
bottom.
reach your rock bottom
And everyone's
in
is
order to
different.
go, because you say there's
Yeah.
nowhere else to go, and then you actually do ask for help. However you feel that you're going to get help from.
But yeah, when you ask for help,
that.
it comes. That's
It
the
comes
amazing
absolutely
thing.
100%.
It always
It
comes.
comes.
If you want it and you're willing to do the work for it.
And
yeah.
and you have to have the faith and believe. It doesn't matter what in. It really doesn't, as long as
Yeah.
you believe.
Well, nothing changes unless you do the work.
But if you really ask
But a lot
for
of people
help,
will, like, let's say, wallow in the pity and not want to do the actual work.
Most
victim,
people
victim.
choose to be victim. I
Victim,
chose to
yeah,
be a victim for 30 years
It's a
until
victim
4
mode.
years ago. So I wasn't ready.
That's right.
So most people are living their life, their
As
whole life,
victims,
as
yeah.
victims. And it's very easy. Yes, there's a lot to blame. My parents, this, society, I grew up, religion, da 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 da. Most people
Exactly,
choose to be victim.
your parents live in Israel or here?
They live in Israel. I'm just saying people.
general.
In general. Yeah, I had my reasons too. But that whole idea and the point is to come to full forgiveness. And to everything and anything that happened to you.
To you.
Everything and everything that happened to
So you forgave yourself.
It's funny you're saying that. First of all, to forgive everyone around, everything, even if you got really hurt, and then to come to full forgiveness for yourself, and that was the hardest part. I've been going through it this year. When I say forgive myself, like I didn't even, when I'm saying, it's a very deep of like, it's interconnected with like loving yourself. When I say forgive yourself, it could be even like for example, abandoning myself and like for so long in some ways looking for validation from outside, which most people do. And really, really, really getting to a point of realizing how much like I can't believe I didn't see myself fully all these years, and I had to grieve that. And I had to like forgive myself for like letting that little girl inside of me like put her aside. I had to like forgive her. Like it was very painful.
Is validation an important part of everyday life?
Validation
from outsiders?
I could say that I got to a point that I'm looking for my own validation.
I was just going to say.
But do you think outsiders' validation is an important aspect?
No,
of
not
it?
at all, Freddie.
It's all an
I didn't want to
illusion.
interrupt, but I would say exactly what you're saying.
It's all an
So it
illusion.
doesn't matter what other people think of
No,
you.
I've been living my life, even though I'm such an authentic person, I've been always, but still realizing, because I'm then in some aspect, and I had to grieve it because I realized that everything is an illusion. You know, you put people on a pedestal. People, I wanted to be close to certain successful people, certain friendships, whatever, and I got close, and I got what I wanted, and I realized I wasn't happy. And that wasn't, not that they were not amazing, but I realized that no one has it all. So it was like I was looking for the light, and I worked my way, and suddenly one day I'm in that light. I got what I was dreaming, and I realized no one's perfect. Yeah. And when all that was so strong, I was like, I can't believe it. The only light I have is inside of myself, which means I need to go with my soul and follow that. And not to put anyone on the pedestal, so no one's validation is important.
But what do you ladies feel? You feel validation is an important aspect, getting validated by the outside towards you? Is that an important part of what you believe in?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You want to have outside validation?
I mean,
or does it not matter?
Yeah, it does matter.
It does matter to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I think would be so cool if I'm sure someone will do a study on raising children in the 60s.
It's different.
Raising children, well, you and I are a product of the 60s and 70s, right? Growing up, what it's your typical little boy growing up, your little girl growing up, what it's like, and all those stereotypes to now they're like you having a child. what it's like for kids growing up now. I don't know if it's gender specific. I don't know if the same things and expectations are put on children as it was then, or maybe it's more authentic. Maybe it's really in touch with your feelings.
It's social media today. Like, everyone's looking for validations, not even real. The comparing and all that. If I was today 15, I don't know how I would survive.
Well, you have an 11-year-old son, so how
first of all, he doesn't have a phone yet.
Okay.
And I don't want to give him, but I'm not going to make him that weird person doesn't have, but he sees the way I live my life. And he sees I'm not attached to it, which most people are, but I really worked myself. So I hope there's nothing like self-example. So even though he loves being on his iPad, but I'm very, very careful about his screen time.
That
what he
iPad.
watches. Yeah.
So I saw Joey yesterday and his sister, and we went to eat at IHOP. So I'm thinking, when you go to IHOP, what's the first thing these kids take out? The iPad.
Yeah.
Joey does not carry his iPad with him. And Linda and I were looking at each other, and then I'm looking around to see maybe it was next to him. No. So I said to Joey, where's your iPad? He says, I don't use it when I come to dinner.
That's
and he
good.
starts coloring.
He's what, 6?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I said, what? Because all the other kids in the restaurant are on their iPads. It's like a babysitter on this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was amazed.
That's amazing.
Amazed.
Your son's like doing a good job.
I was amazed. And then Gio is looking at him, so like, how you like me now? That's just sweet. Back in the day, you weren't like that, son. Wow.
That's nice.
But you
That's
see
beautiful.
through Facebook or any of them, when you put the likes, and people, the first thing they do, especially unfortunately with kids, they want to see how many likes they got on their picture. First of all, you've got to like yourself and like the picture. It doesn't matter how many people that you don't even know are liking it.
So
but it's
if you
hard
do-
to get that through to
But
kids
if you do
today.
your show and only 4 people has the counter, and there's only 4, does that make a big deal?
No, but I obviously I want more of an audience because I want to get my word out there, and it's not through ego at all. It's what's happened to me through validation, and I can tell people what's happened to me. It's not ego. I try. I say that many times.
You want to share.
But isn't it more important for you to be on the road, to talk to people about what you do?
Yes, I want to get it out to as many people
So
as
let's
I
say
can.
that you talk to 2 people in a restaurant,
Mhm.
and you tell them what you do.
Mhm.
Isn't that a bigger sense of accomplishment than all the numbers that come on in social media?
Because I've spoken to them personally.
Because you're seeing them.
You see them. I agree with you completely. But, you see from my show, we do get a lot of shares. And that pleases me more than the many likes that I might have or the audience, because the people and I appreciate my audience, but I appreciate the shares. And I've said that to you before. Look how many shares,
Well,
because they've liked it enough to share.
There's a science to this whole thing. She was talking about the logarithms about TikTok and the logarithms to Facebook and everything else. But the word isn't about the number of shares. It isn't about the number of views. It isn't even about the numbers of people liking you. Some people may watch you because they don't like you. They think that what you say is completely, I don't know why they keep coming back. I mean, I get surprised when anybody watches us.
I didn't actually mean it that way with the shares. You're right, absolutely, of what
I'm
you
just
said.
saying,
But at
your
least they
word is
felt
getting
enough
out.
that they wanted to tell my story.
But your word is getting out. Because
Yeah, I know.
everybody knows you.
They seem
Sometimes
to be.
it's a good thing, sometimes it's
Sometimes
not
it
a
could
good
be a
thing.
bad thing, maybe.
You're trying to get coffee at McDonald's and people walk up to you.
I haven't had that yet, but I haven't gone into McDonald's recently.
When you do, we'll see what happens.
I had someone, I was in a walkthrough to Starbucks yesterday, and I came to pay after I ordered, and the car in front of you paid for your order.
Yeah, that's paying it ahead.
He's paying it on, passing it on.
That
That's
happens.
good.
That never happened to me before.
Well, congratulations,
Welcome
you
to
are now at the next
Florida.
level.
Oh, that
It
happens
happens here all the
pretty
time. In
often?
New
Okay.
York, the
I
lady
thought I was
behind me
really
is paying for
special.
mine.
You are. It does not happen here all the time. That was nice.
No, that was
There was,
great.
I was at
I love
Panera,
that.
and there was a lady, and she was a stripper. She was a dancer, talking to a guy, and she saw me, and she says, "You're that guy I see on Facebook. What's your name? What's your name?" And she knew me. Now, this is not like I'm going to jump up and down and tell people a stripper knows who I am, because I don't know what perception. Me, I didn't care. I says, "Yeah, I'm on that thing. Yeah, you're that crazy guy."
That talks to the goldfish.
That talks to the, that's the
Now
meaning.
they've got something to
Now
talk
I talk
about.
to the
Now
goat.
they have something to talk about.
Put it on a shirt. Talk to the goldfish. Give her the mic.
So I just came back from a trip to Israel about a week ago, and I was with a big group of friends, and we went to this restaurant, and we're a big group, like 20 people maybe, and we're all eating. It's an expensive restaurant too. We all as we're done eating, okay, we're gonna start, deciding how we're paying this. Are we splitting? What are we gonna do? The waiter comes to us. It was about 1,500 shekel, which is divided by 3 or something. That's USD.
$400.
Yeah, so something.
$400.
Yeah, $400, something like that. And they said, yeah, so someone already paid for you guys.
Wow.
We're like, who? They said it was anonymous. We can't tell you. We're like,
wow.
We're all looking around, and it was a pretty empty restaurant. Yeah.
That is nice.
We're all looking around.
Could have been the owner of the restaurant.
That's so nice.
What?
Could have been the owner of the restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue, but it was.
What restaurant was it?
It was in Machne Yehuda. It's called Joseph's. It's very good. It's like a meat restaurant. They have burgers and stuff. It's very, very good. But
now, have you ever paid for somebody's meal in a restaurant?
A stranger? After it was done to me, the first thought is I'm going to do it to someone else.
Have you done it?
It was not yet. It just happened yesterday.
But that's the message.
But it was such a sweet feeling that I never experienced, and I'm like, it feels so good. I want to give it to someone else.
You ever done that, Sally? Pay somebody's meal?
Have I paid for someone? No, what I have on the turnpike, because someone paid my whatever it was. I don't know how they knew this is when you had a card, going back a long time. And I paid the people behind me. I said their card, whatever. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but I have done it one time.
We were at IHOP, and there was a senior group, and they were counting their pennies and saying, no, we can't get that. We want to eat this. We'll share this, and we'll share that. So I went over, because I know they had the IHOP, and I says, whatever they want is on us. And just let them know that it's been paid for. And she was looking around wanting to know. The only ones in the place was me and Linda, so if you put one and one together, you would have known. And she says, are you sure? So then they ate a big meal and what have you, and but that's really, ever since I met Linda,
it's all
she
about.
does that.
Yeah,
You've done it. Did you tell me you did it one time with the car behind you or something? I never, ever, in New York, ever had that happen.
Well, now I'm going to bring it back to New York, and I feel like what this showed to me is life is a circle. So it's whether it's a smile, you give a stranger a smile, you may have changed his life. You may have changed his day, and he's going to smile at someone else. It's a circle. So I'll do it when I come back to New York, and someone is going to feel what I felt, and they're going to hopefully be inspired. And it doesn't have to be with paying a meal. It could be with when I run on the boardwalk. I have this thing that even though when I run I tend to not smile. In the last summer I was just smiling to random. Where I live in Long Island.
Oh, they have boardwalks there.
We have boardwalks.
All right, you ready? Let's make G-Man smile. Let's wrap up the show and go celebrate his birthday.
Are we gonna sing happy birthday?
Happy birthday!
You want to sing on air, Josh?
Why are you asking me? Because you're the singer. You're the singer. Look at it. Happy birthday.
All right. Well, happy birthday, G-Man. We're going to wrap up, have some cake, have some lunch, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
You're not going to sing happy birthday?
You want to sing?
Wow. This is the 13th.
Brianna, you want to sing?
Brianna, you know how to sing?
Oh, you don't want to sing.
Man.
Brianna, you want to do the
Spanish? A few
Spanish?
birthdays this week, right?
Okay. They'll do it in Hebrew.
You do it in Hebrew.
Happy birthday in Hebrew.
Yom Huledet Sameach.
See?
Yeah, do that.
There you have it.
Yom Huledet Sameach.
Is there more than that?
It sounds just like happy birthday,
That
yes.
sounds happy
Well,
birthday.
you want us to sing?
Sing
All right.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I don't like singing on air. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear G-Man. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for all that you do. I think he took some B-roll last night, so we'll put that together in a piece and pop that in.
Excellent.
We've got some wine, some cake, some chicken, and whatever order you
Wine,
want to eat it
chicken.
in.
Wine, chicken,
Weird
and cake.
combination.
What a combination.
Which one do you have first?
combination.
Cake, the
choose.
chicken, or the wine?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. In your case, all of it.
No.
Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for staying with us
Thank
this
you
weekend and
for
for coming
having me
in.
here.
I feel like you have this huge message to share and explore, so we'll explore a little bit more. Sally, we're going to be talking about
Whatever anybody wants
pops
to
up.
call him with, okay? I put on Facebook, I don't know if I put the subject, so it's open.
All right, call me
Open
Zena.
forum.
Today at 2:30. Definitely time for energetic disclosure. To our new
Yeah,
crew
that's what
and
we're doing.
interns, welcome. Josh, thanks for running the board and all the crew who does what they do. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to see you on Call Me Zena today at 2:30, and then tomorrow 9 a.m. drive time. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Be safe, be kind to each other, and we'll see you then.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.